This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is August 17th, 2021. We are performing a waste line and sewer line inspection through the roof vent. We were unable to locate a mainline sewer cleanout on the property, and we are at 5572 Alfred Avenue, A-L-F-R-E-D Avenue, Westminster, California. We have a 4-inch transite roof vent. Tried to go through a 2-inch ABS plastic roof vent, but there was too many turns, too difficult to try and get into. I'm going to wipe down our camera lens, show the front of the property. That's the front of the property. Turn us around, and this is the roof line. And the backyard area, the garage. We're going to set our camera right on the roof vent. There's a 4-inch transite roof vent. We're going to set our camera right on the roof vent. We're going to zero out our camera monitor so we get a good accurate reading. And we're going to begin running down our transite roof vent. There's an inlet. A little debris in there, no big deal. Another inlet. And we're dropping down into what appears to be cast iron waste piping. A little bit of buildup in there, but not terrible. And then we immediately transition to what looks like vitreous clay at 15 feet 2 inches on the camera monitor. So we should be right outside the house. And we're going to try and locate and mark this area after so that we can mark a spot for a mainline sewer cleanout. There should be a mainline sewer cleanout on the property. So we're going to continue to push in. And now we have some pretty large root intrusion at the next joint, as you can see. And we'll locate that area on the way back. We're at about 15 feet 11 inches. Quite a bit of root intrusion coming in through that area. Then we have some more root intrusion, quite a bit, in the next joint. We'll continue to run out. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint has some minor root intrusion. Nothing to worry about it in that joint. That joint has some minor root intrusion. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint has a minor offset, nothing to be concerned about though. Looks like we probably have a crack all the way around this section of piping, starting from about the 6 o'clock area, leading around all the way. Could be all the way around, or at least until the 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock area. We're going to blow that up on the laptop back at the office and take a good look at that, and that's at about 37 feet 2 inches. We're going to continue to run out. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition as well. Next joint, very hard to tell. Could be root intrusion, but looks like there may be a crack all the way around that joint as well. We'll take a look at that on the laptop when we get back at the office. That's at about 45 feet, 46 feet. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition as well. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. We're out in the street and we're coming up to the saddle area from what we can see. Minor bit of an offset in that joint. We'll take a good look at that as well on the laptop. You can see the whole face of the pipe on the right hand side up from about the 11 o'clock area to the 3 o'clock area. That may need to have a top hat liner put in to try and support that saddle. And then we drop into the city sewer. We're right at 60 feet. So we're in the street now. And we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to resume recording and begin to pull back. This is our city sewer saddle area in the street. And this area appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. So we're going to pull back now. The only problem we had was that offset at the saddle. We're going to blow that up and take a good look at it. We're hitting it and going over it pretty easily. It may not be a huge factor, but we'll take a look at it. That joint appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition as well. That joint appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. When I say fair and maintainable condition, that's about as good as you get without it being new. I'm going to keep pulling back. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Might have a crack at the top. We're going to have to take a good look at that. So we're going to pause for a moment. We're going to locate this area. And we are at 44 feet 6 inches on the camera monitor. Okay, we are resuming recording, and we've marked this area out. Appears to be a crack in the pipe, and we'll blow that up on the laptop when we get back to the office. This area is on the curb. We've marked in red crayon at 4 foot 6 inches deep. And if you're looking at the house from the street, it is just to the left of the walkway going up to the porch area. So we're going to continue pulling back now. And that joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. And there does appear to be a crack right here. So we're going to pause again and locate this area. Okay, we have resumed recording. We've marked this area. It is in the grass. As you're facing the house, just to the left of the concrete walkway coming up to the front porch. And it is at 3 foot 7 inches deep, and we are going to mark that with an orange flag. So we're going to continue pulling back now, and that joint appears to be a little bit of an offset, but not terrible. Nothing to be concerned about. We're going to continue pulling back. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint has a minor bit of roots in there and a little bit of an offset. Could be a crack at the top though. It's difficult to tell. We'll have to blow that up on the laptop as well. So we're going to pause and we're going to locate this area as well. We're going to pause now. Okay, we're going to resume recording. And we've marked this area in the grass. And this is on the left-hand side of the concrete walkway as you're looking at the house from the street. And it is at 3 foot 2 inches deep. So we're going to look at that real good on the laptop. I mean, we can see a crack, it looks like all the way around the bottom. Looks like the hub is cracked. And that can separate, maybe separating at the top a little bit, and it can sever. So we're going to continue to pull back. That's at 3 foot 2 inches deep. Next joint has a little tiny bit of root intrusion, nothing major. Continue to pull back. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That next joint has a large amount of root intrusion. We can't really see much of the joint. We can see maybe 15%, 20% of the joint, if that. We're going to pause again. We're going to locate this area and mark this area. Hold on one second. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to resume recording. We've marked this area out at 1 foot 10 inches deep. We marked it with an orange flag. It's on the left-hand side of the concrete walkway as you're walking up to the house, as you're looking at the house from the street. And it's about 18 inches from the other sidewalk, the walkway that goes parallel to the house. So we're going to continue to pull back now. And you can't see much of that joint. There's a lot of roots. We're going to look at it all first and see if there is 2 other cracks in this line. And then we have this area and we have another area. Rather than spending the money to hydrojet and trying to fix the other 2 cracks areas, maybe more in the best interest replacing it. Maybe more advantageous, to replace it. So we're going to continue to pull back, and now we have another. It looks like we may have a crack there, and we have quite a bit of root intrusion in this joint, which is the next joint. We're going to pause and we're going to locate this area now. Okay, we're going to resume our recording, and we are at 1 foot 7 inches deep, and we are on the sidewalk area, the walkway area that is parallel to the house, and we marked it with a red crayon at 1 foot 7 inches deep. We have quite a bit of root intrusion in that joint, and also coming back toward the house to the other joint. We can mark this area as well. We're going to pause for a moment one more time. Okay, we're we're going to resume recording, and we've located this joint, and it is in the concrete walkway paralleling the house, just in front of the last mark that we made at 1'7". This area is at 1'4" deep. So this joint and the joint going out toward the street are really compacted. This one's about 60-70% compacted, and we're at 1'4" deep. Marked it with a red crayon. Now we're going to continue back, and we're going to locate this area. We're going to come back just a little bit more, and we're going to locate one more time in the planter area where it would be a good location for a mainline sewer clean out. So we're going to pause one more time and mark this. Okay, we're going to resume recording one more time. We've marked this area out in the planter where the wood chips are. At 1'3" deep, we marked it with an orange flag, and this would be the best location for a mainline sewer clean out. And we are back into our cast iron, so we cut a little tiny bit of cast iron out of there and then install the mainline clean out. We could install a two-way clean out, which would be really good. We've got an inlet here, I believe, for the kitchen. Or no, I'm sorry, for the other bathroom. That is the hall bath, the hall full bath. So now we're going to continue to pull back, coming back to our vent. Now we got some water hanging off the end of our camera lens. We're not going to be able to see much coming up, but we already did take a good look at the vent, and now we're up and we're out of the vent, and that will conclude our video waste line and sewer line inspection. Now we'll conclude the inspection for the day.